In our never-ending quest to improve Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, our 94th show has Johnny Campbell, 11-time Baja 1000 winner, in to talk about dirt bikes and dirt bike-related products. George activates the peanut gallery, and we bring in a super fan to sit in on the show. So if you want to be a super fan or sit in on the show, this is probably not the way to do it. We'll see you in a second.
Hey, Jimmy, why would anybody want a left-hand rear brake?
Well, Logan, you think about it. If you've got a recluse clutch in your bike and you toss the clutch lever away because you don't need it anymore, it's just like your bicycle. You like a brake up on your handlebar, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's the same theory on the motorcycle. It just gives you another level of control. Now, it's different, and you have to get used to it like anything, but it's a product that Recluse makes. They're in their third generation of these things now, and they're getting way better. So if you are looking for another way to control your motorcycle, turn to Recluse for the left-hand rear brake kit, and it's available for most current dirt bikes. If you want to learn more, where do you go?
www.recluse.com.
How do you spell that, Logan?
REKLUSE.
That's right. And
Yes.
so now it's time for the show. It's Tech Talk Taco Tuesday time. So live from Pahrump, it says it's 7:06. This is a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I'm guessing that it's episode 94. Was 93 the S show that we did last week? Yeah, I don't remember. I lost track of the numbers, and I think it is good. Sound is good. That's good. Thank you for Craig for doing our sound check. Logan is still all bunged up, not with us, broken. We called him. Yeah, George called him, and it didn't sound too good, did he?
He actually sounded really good.
He sounded good. Okay, yeah.
He's only taking Tylenol.
Is he watching, Logan?
Yeah,
Are
is
you
Logan watching? Probably not. He's probably trying to do everything he can to get away from this thing. Yeah, how's Logan doing? Let me put my headphones on so I can hear how we're doing here, because
We're doing great.
I'm doing great. Oh, look, I'm doing great. I wish my computer would work, though. I had a hard time finding my computer before we got this thing started. I'm going to turn this down just a little, and that's yours. This is mine. And welcome to the show, Johnny Campbell.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Always great to be here.
Yep. What did you do today?
Oh, man, we had a great time. The last 2 days we've been riding through the Nevada desert. We did a tour with some of the students from your class over the weekend. And we rode from Pahrump up to Beatty, and today we did a big old loop around Beatty and all the way back to Pahrump, about 140 miles.
So you tried to wear them out again?
Well, I mean, really, those guys have been riding for 4 days straight, so by all means, they should be worn out. I definitely wore out our volunteer help.
Volunteer help. Well, maybe we can get them on the show. They're hanging around. George doesn't like jobs, but he does like co-hosting. No, actually, you know what George really likes to do? He likes to not complain. It's called offer constructive criticism. And just like the way that the show started last week, it started in someone's living room because of constructive criticism. And everybody saw where that went. You might be able to hear that in a podcast format if I can pull it off the card or wherever it ended up getting uploaded to, because we went through like 3 different cameras, and for some reason our sound just kept going out. So, by the way, this is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle related products. I just wanted to remind myself of that because we haven't done any of that for, I think, the last show and a half, maybe 2 shows, because we had a bunch of racers on the show.
Yeah, we don't talk about racing.
We don't talk about racing, and we ended up having a bunch of racers here. We talked about racing all night, and no tech talk was accomplished. So feel like we could be losing some of our following because of that. So we're going to have to Bob?
It was an accident.
Yeah. Well, you've described your whole life.
Order up.
Yeah. So tonight, Johnny will answer. I needed you to go in the shop because I have a KTM 500 that's all apart, and since you have a much more mechanical background than I do, like you were a mechanic.
But do I really? I've seen your skills.
Yeah, but so you worked on bikes that like won races, a lot of races. You probably had your hands on a lot of wrist pins, feeling them at the small end of the crank. Yeah?
Yeah, a few times.
And so you could wiggle a wrist pin. Hey, this is important. So I mean, I can wiggle a wrist pin on like most bikes, and I know whether I could just slap it back together and it'd be good with it. But I've got 700-800 hours on this KTM 500. It made a ticky noise, so I stopped. I took everything apart, and everything looks good. And there was one thing that I could have screwed up when I put it together last time. There on the rocker arms, there's actually the pins that the rocker arms float on, which is a bearing. There's a top and a bottom. There's an upside, and it has a little milled surface across the top. So when it pumps the oil in there, it goes in there, and then it can go around it. And if I put that in upside down, because it can go either up or down, because bolts go through it, and they index it, so it can go 180. But I would think if those were installed incorrectly, because I didn't know how to do it, I didn't know there was a top and a bottom. I just slid them back in after I had them out. I would think that it would be ticky the whole time. It wouldn't just start. How long was that last rally training? Like what, 600 miles or something? Yeah,
that was quite a ways. We would have.
And the bike it probably had like 30 or so hours on it before I did that, and then we rode that, and then just near the last day, it made ticky noises, and I'm like,
well, the only thing I could think of there is that if the oil system is pushing oil through there and the thing was flipped wrong, then maybe it was lacking oil somewhere else because of that thing was shoved in there incorrectly, and so maybe it starved for oil some other part.
Yeah, no, something else. No, nothing. It all when I pulled it apart, everything looked good. And there's on the tappets. There's been some heat treating. It's not really an issue because these bikes just don't break. They last forever. But I tear them apart when I hear a noise. It's like I'd rather tear it apart than find out the hard way that something's wrong. And so I'm wondering if the only thing I can think of, other than I have to go inside the bottom end and find something else, is maybe the wrist pin was just a tad loose, and it got it. But it's a DLC coated pin. Yeah, it looks brand new. There's nothing wrong with it. The when you look at the plain bearing on the small end, it looks perfect. So I don't know. I'm going to have you go in there and just go. Yeah, just
I'll do a little chicky.
See if that's the noise that came out and talk to me. So yeah, we'll. So if you have Honda questions about like where can we go back to? We can go back to like CR250s.
Yeah, we could do CR2. We could do XR75s.
XR75s. Your CR80 is still on the side of my house.
Is it?
It's like I think you could snap it and the magnesium would just go and turn into dust.
I kind of forgot about that thing.
Yeah, he dropped it off and said, "Here, just put these someplace." So yeah, we go. If you have Honda technical questions, we can try to answer those. Obviously, I can't answer any KTM questions because I can't even answer my own, so don't ask me those. This show I didn't even bring my sponsor reads, but we're going to do our best. This show is brought to you by Honda. And Honda has a 2021, actually just today, they announced the 2022 CRF 450R. So I wonder if I have to update my read, because if they're announcing it now, that means it's going to be the same. But I got info today on the 2022 CRF 450R.
Really?
RW, X, RX. I think it was RX, but there's definitely L to all of them. And then CRF 450RS, which is essentially the 2020, the older one. They're bringing that back for 2022.
Oh, they're still selling that.
Yeah.
Well, they have all the tooling and stuff.
It's it's the lower cost option if you wanted to do that. And if I could use my phone, I could go check that email. But so you don't even know this.
I don't even know.
They just dropped.
Hey, I've been on tour.
Yeah, I know. You're on tour. I checked my email a little bit. So, Sierra 450. Let's try to be like, this is the torture that I do to Logan. I make him do the reads. Let's see. I don't have the sheet.
That's good because I don't know what
you're supposed to say. The 2021 Sierra 450R is. Yeah, I didn't memorize it. This is Logan. Call Logan. Yeah,
Logan.
Call in and answer me the question.
Logan, can you text us?
We'll do it. I'll go find it when George comes in on the show and he takes over like he usually does. I'll go get the piece of paper that has the answers to the question, and I'm supposed to do that.
Keep the train on the tracks.
Also, KTM. KTM is powered by a distinct ready-to-race mentality. KTM is the world's leading high-performance motorcycle, on-road and off-road motorcycle manufacturer based in Mattighofen, Austria, and also in Murrieta, California, North American headquarters. That's where I kind of run out of steam.
Well, we can go to tires.
Yeah, well, there's I'm thinking the KTM logo's up there and the Honda's logo's up there if you're watching this show live. Let's see. So maybe I thought maybe somebody would, are we doing part 2 of the Motorhome Championships?
The Motorhome Championship. The Worlds are
over. Yeah.
What's next for you in that series?
What's next?
Oh, hey, wait. Logan's calling. Logan's calling. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to answer it. This could be dangerous. You there, Logan? Hold on. I'm going to see. I think I turned the volume way down. Uh-oh. I think my phone just died. You there, Logan? My cat's out front, but that's a secret. We don't talk about that yet.
I can hear him.
Can you hear me, Logan? Right? Yep.
Yeah, but it's really quiet.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now we can hear you.
Yeah, now it's back.
Good. Okay. So you're going to help us out here.
Yeah, on the KTM one, not the Honda. I don't really know that one.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Go with the KTM one. I got to the point where they're based in Murrieta, California. What comes after that?
Based in Murrieta, California, they have a distinct, fierce competitor on the racetracks around the world.
Right.
And,
is your sister reading this to you? Does she have this memorized? Because she's going to replace you on the show. You know this. Your sister and her friends are lobbying to replace you. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, you hope so. Is that your retirement speech?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah. You gotta give me 2 weeks notice though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I called.
That's why you called. Oh, was that you were gonna call to resign live on the show? Do you have any? You could really help us out here because do you have any tech talk tidbits that you could give out to our viewers?
Chances are there won't be much motorcycle-related product tests, not tests, but talk tonight.
Oh.
So,
probably.
There probably will, but...
Okay. Okay, so back to the KTM thing.
Hopefully.
Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the phone down right next to the microphone. Actually, everybody can see this that's watching live. You're now the co-host. You are on this show with Johnny Campbell. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this YZ125 piston to hold the phone up. And even though you're trying to quit on me, you get to still be the co-host. You got that? Sweet. Okay, good. So you guys just carry the show. I've never done this before, have I?
No.
Okay, good.
For like 5 minutes, but no.
Okay, keep doing that read. I'm going to find the papers. I know.
Logan
Powered
is.
by distinct ready-to-race mentality, KTM is the world's leading high-performance street and off-road motorcycle manufacturer with North American headquarters based in Marietta, California.
Johnny, just tell him you can't even help him because it's against your policy.
They're a great motorcycle manufacturer and is shown in every product it develops and every move it makes. Kind of
That was pretty good.
It's real good.
That was actually pretty good. I found the sheet. Here, Johnny, you start reading this one here. Start right there. So, how you feeling, Logan? Better?
A little bit.
Yeah, you're off the Tylenol. You're not hitting the Tylenol too hard.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, still on that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Logan. You did a
Okay.
good job, bud.
Yeah, we will. So we won't see you on the next show. Is that what you're saying? You're telling me?
We'll put that as a maybe.
A maybe.
Have to wait 2 weeks
Oh, you have to wait 2 weeks?
for the resignation or the whatever.
Oh, the resignation. Okay, got that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You take care. See ya.
Okay.
Okay, that was Logan Tyler, the former co-host on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, who just resigned live on the show, as far as we know.
From the hospital?
No, he's not. He didn't really. He was only in the hospital for a day or two.
Oh.
But which is not good. So, okay. Yeah, you got to do the Honda one now. I gave it to you.
Oh, okay. I got it right here. I think I could see it. George, can you hold this? Honda's new 2021 CRF 450R is designed to take you straight from the starting gate to the victory circle. The awesome open-class motocrosser features an all-new chassis and major engine overhaul, new suspension, and new bodywork. And you can forget about the clutch fade, adjustment, and hand fatigue with the all-new hydraulic clutch system. Lighter than ever, the CRF 450R explodes out of corners when it's time to increase your lead. So get down to your local Honda dealer, check out the new 2021 Honda CRF 450R. Go to mx.honda.com to see our full lineup of competition bikes. The CRF 450R is intended for a closed course operation only.
Awesome. Yeah, how often do you get Johnny Campbell to read that read, huh?
I just want to also make a note that interesting fact, since you brought up the 2022, you know, that is the 20th anniversary of Honda's flagship CRF line. The 450 came out in 2002. So,
That's right.
So that's 20 years ago. So that's
Wow.
That should be an interesting year.
Yeah, that's a 20 years ago. Doesn't seem like that. Let's see how that works. Someone named
Rhiannon Camo?
says, has Harlen Miller asked his questions on how to fix his Honda 350R? You haven't.
No.
Harlan's sitting here being quiet because he thought this was a more professional operation. He's seen how it really works in here, and he's going, "There's no way I'm going to ask these people for advice if this is how they do this." Twin carb, right?
Yep, I'm trying to get the stator out. So, and the case is stuck, and I think it's the dowels inside the case. I know it's there's magnetic there.
There's a flywheel, with
I've tried everything to try to get the bolts. I got the bolts out, but try to get that case off, I can't. It's just stuck on. So.
You tried heat.
Tried heat.
You tried cold.
Heat. And then hitting with a rubber mallet, giving some wraps. You sure you got all the bolts out? Because I mean, those will I'll tell you what. That RFVC head, there was only like 17 little 8mm bolts around and then a 12 in the center. So I actually tried to take that head off a couple times without removing the. I couldn't. So there might be a secret bolt in that side cover because that was the Honda way to just bolt everything together with a lot of bolts. So you got all the bolts out. You sure about that?
I'm sure.
Yeah, my guess is obviously the thing's been together for years,
Yep.
and it's been through a million heat cycles, and
Dissimilar metals between the aluminum,
aluminum
and the metal and the pins.
So there's definitely probably corrosion in there at those things. So you could do your best to try to get some penetrating oil and put it in the hole where the bolt was, and hopefully that'll leach in. You let it set overnight or so.
Especially the ones that have the, you don't know which ones that have the dowels, but you can tell because the bolts and the ones of the dowels are slightly longer usually by about like 6 millimeters or so.
Yeah.
So those would be the ones you'd really want to focus it on.
Yeah.
Wow, we gave good advice.
Hell yeah.
It's been 3 to 4 weeks of
Fill that hole, turn it on its side.
Yeah,
Fill
you could-
that hole so it really.
Yeah, so the penetrating oil stays in there all night, and hopefully it'll.
So you
get around
also
this.
the other thing I was thinking of is you also have the big cover, like where you can take it off for the timing marks and stuff, right? So what I would do, because I'm a hack, is I'm pretty sure I could put something in there that I could use as a lever to, because it's really hard to get like leverage on the outside on a smooth to smooth surface. And I know there's some places on some bikes that have little tabs that are like kind of pry areas.
Where the cable comes out.
Right. So there's spots like that, and I guess you've tried to pry it there.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe if you pry it from the center, just put like a constant torque on it from the center with something.
So yeah, you can do what he's saying. Of course, you need to be kind of careful. If it's an aluminum cover, it's a lot more durable than a mag cover. The mag cover is going to be more brittle. So you can, if you got something to push on the end of the crank bolt, that flywheel bolt, and maybe like a seal remover or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Seal remover.
Kind of stick it in there and just put a little pressure on it. Take a rubber mallet or something, even if it's like a little bit harder rubber, and tap around the gasket surface, and hopefully you can get that thing to kind of pop loose. But I think in addition to those dowels, that gasket is going to be locked on there like concrete, because when I used to rebuild, especially my XR 600s, after I cooked the thing, because that happened quite a few times that, I'd overheat the thing pretty bad. And so then I go to rebuild the thing, and it's just a pain to get the covers off.
That was when they had those green gaskets that were more, they weren't metal.
It's a paper gasket. It's an actual, like a recycled paper or something that they cheapened up. Instead of using like a nice aluminum one with a coating or something, they cheapened up. And when those heat cycles, man, those things would be on there like concrete. I remember it's the worst thing about, an XR, rebuilding an XR motor was just, you scrape gaskets forever. So, a little heat, a little tappy, a little force, hopefully in the center you can try to get that thing out. But definitely the penetrating, let the thing sit overnight.
It's been sitting the whole time I've been here. So I blasted all the holes before I left.
Good.
Yeah,
So,
you're on the right track. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I've ever done but I've had it where, like I said, those green gaskets, you know how hard they are to clean off, and just to get it, you think about it, if it's actually really bonded together, and if somebody used some kind of an adhesive, like on the gasket adhesive, it could get pretty sticky. Here's a question for you, Johnny, that I have an answer on. It says, Bo asks, Henschfield always seemed to cover the night sections when you guys race Baja together. Is he really that much faster at night?
I think the amount of seat time that Steve had at night and was, that sharpened his skills, and he had good eyesight. And so, he became the night specialist because, that was good. I was able to do good in the morning and start the bike, and then, hand it to him. And
just say it because you were that much faster during the day.
I wasn't faster than anybody. I just did my thing. So, but
I was fast at night.
But Jimmy was also fast at night. And the thing is, if you're confident at night, then that's half the battle, because then you can go good, go fast, and not make mistakes. You can get the bike there in one piece. And so half the battle was mental. Actually, more of the battle was mental.
At night?
Yeah.
At night, it was a huge part of his lights, and you guys had good lights. I mean, I knew that the very first time I rode your bike. I'm like, okay, you guys have good lights, and that made all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
And for me, because I'm, my wife, she says I'm on the spectrum. I don't know what that means. I think that means I'm just colorful, but I can focus at night just on what I'm doing. I don't get distracted by other stuff. And it's just like, cause you're only lighting up this. I don't have to worry about all the other stuff. And I found once I had really good lights, and it was just way easier to go faster because I didn't worry about what other stuff was.
Well, and in life terms, really, you think about all the distractions we have during the day with light, sounds, and everything. You're overstimulated, and when you're riding at night, you're not overstimulated. You're like, your lights are your world. And so it's kind of like an analogy of like, you think about where we are in the world today, of how busy we are with all these other distractions. That night, night with your lights, I mean, it's just, you focus, and that's what you need.
Yeah, no, I knew it. I mean, I always liked riding at night, and I didn't really realize it until we started, racing more when we were doing those. Remember when the night team races at the Grand Prix? I love those things because I was confident about riding then. I said liked it, and we always had really good lights. That was some of the tricks.
Yeah.
Tarek Saba says, Jimmy, don't know if this has been mentioned at all, but I read that all the Japanese manufacturers are going to share electric motors technology and set an industry standard. How will that drive development if they are using the same stuff? He used a different word for stuff. Derek, they actually what they're sharing is a battery pack. So what this agreement that I saw that came out is so KTM, Yamaha, Honda, and a few other manufacturers have kind of signed on to this agreement to make a universal style of battery pack. So that the idea is they'll have like charging stations where there'll be pre-charged batteries, or the ability to charge your battery no matter what brand you're having. So however they use the power once it gets into the motorcycle, I suspect will be different per manufacturer. But the idea is just to have a universal battery. So, when you ride town to town, it's mostly urban stuff. This probably won't really translate into off-road, I would suspect, but it could. I mean, if they come up with a really good, power innovation solution, and all they're going to do is they just said, hey, we're in agreement. We're going to talk about it and see if we can come to terms and develop something, because in the electric motorcycle and electric vehicle in general, battery technology is what's steering the ship and pacing the ship right now. So I think it's a good thing. Because it will allow some commonality, and then you can get range, when ideally range is what you're suffering, because the fuel density of a battery is pretty poor compared to our current fuel situation. So, Mark Richards, question for Johnny: do you know if Honda is working on a 2-stroke 300 to compete in enduro? I bet you know the answer to this.
There's some things I just can't say.
I was talking to somebody from Yamaha, and I actually asked the same question. And they said they can't say anything, but they made the laugh that would indicate the answer was no. I was a little more specific about what I was asking. Not that it necessarily can compete in enduro and stuff, but just some technology things. Because if they do, I want to ride it. So I just threw my hat in the ring, and there's no ring to throw a hat into. Rusty Nail says he still has his 05 450X, and it's still a great bike. That's a problem.
Yeah, old Bruce O made a good bike back then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I have arguments with people about, because I like the new one. And I know a lot of people like the old one. There's just some characteristics about the old one that some guys just really, really like. And so, Rusty, I have 2 of them that I will sell you or trade you for a new KTM. So if you bring your You bring me a new KTM, any fuel injected KTM, I will trade a Honda 450X old style straight across because carburetors. That's it.
Hey, serious.
I actually don't like I like the new one better for sure. The chassis, the handling, I like the fuel injection 100%. Power care, yeah, I like everything about the new one better. I think it's a much better. But if you fuel injected the old one, and you had some of those prototypes and stuff like that, I
still got one.
It would be okay, but I still prefer the new style chassis and handling because I ride so many different bikes and it's going the same direction. Everything's kind of evolving and going a certain direction, and yeah.
The new 450X is all the chassis, the newer generation are much more performance orientated, and so it's based off the 450R and everything like that. So you have a lot more performance and modernization on the bike and how it feels, and chassis are very sensitive. I mean, when people say, I got to go do my suspension or whatever, the suspension modification's only 20% of your handling your bike. The chassis is everything. And so, I love the new 450X. It handles great. The fuel injection is awesome. You know how many pilot jets in the old bikes that it's a number one.
There's one sitting out in front of my shop right now. It has a big note on it that says carb. and the problem is I'm beyond pilot jets. I think it's time for mid-body gaskets inside the carburetor, and it's like
on that thing it could be.
Yeah, it's that long. I mean, it's an 08. That one's the one that's sitting out there is an 08, and I don't. And it's funny because I don't necessarily think that the performance of it is that far off. Like it's just a different style. It's like chocolate or vanilla. It's a different style of flavor. Same thing. It's ice cream. Whatever. It's a good motorcycle, and So, but I think if you've ridden anything new, and then if you get used to something new and you try to go back to that, then you might have an issue.
It happens every time in the Honda lineup. Is like, the 600 XRs were around a long time, and then the 650 was around a long time. And
I got one of those for sale too.
There was always a lot of hanger-oners, and I mean
I was that guy.
Believe me, I believed in the XR line. I believed in the 650R line. I believed in the 450X line. But it takes a little bit of acclimation, and we made the jump, and we make it work. And each time we get a little better. We make progress.
Yeah, and I remember because I like this. It took me a little while to start liking the 650, but I like the 650. And I remember when 450X came out, and then you switched to it in Baja, and I rode your bike, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this bike. I like because the 650 was so much it was planted. Just torquier and planted, and it just went faster, better. But then I hadn't been racing down there, and I didn't realize how big the bumps were getting and how sharp the bumps were getting. And then I could see, okay, this bike is definitely the 450X is better for that. And I think even now maybe, but that's where the 450X is good, is slamming in straight lines, slamming into really rough stuff.
Yeah.
That's where the old one I think actually might even have something on the new one if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, in the Baja stuff is like the courses have gotten so extremely beat up down there from all the pre-running and trophy
big
truck
tire.
stuff. Big high horsepower pre-running vehicles that have evolved. You got to have something that you can go over the bumps, and you got to have something to slow down. And the 650. Yes, it could go over bumps, but
it doesn't slow down.
But it won't slow down.
No, it doesn't slow down.
Sometimes it's good because it just crushes things, but sometimes
that's the reason I sold my XR6, because I had a really nice XR600 because it actually had the cam from the cam in the head from our Baja bike that we won with. You gave me that when you were moving stuff around, and I had that bike, and I really liked that bike.
Yeah.
because it just ran nice and it was good, smooth, stable. It was really fun for rally practice, which is what I was using it for a while. But it did not slow down. Like the brakes on that bike were so bad. And I really enjoyed going back and riding that bike. But every time I do it, I'd scare myself because I'd gotten used to like the way the XR650 brakes work. And this will blow people away. My BMW, my twin cylinder BMW rally bike would outbrake that XR600 like all day long. And it probably weighs almost twice. And I gotta get rid of this thing.
We had a 240 disc on the front and
the flexi forks.
And
so it'd steer itself wherever it wanted to go.
Wherever it went. And the master and the caliper and the hose weren't, everything was just, it was old style.
ABS.
Yeah. Huh?
ABS. It won't stop.
No, it's not.
It was built-in ABS for sure.
No, you could lock the wheel up, but if you did, you had to pull on it so hard. It like there was that. I guess it's a bind point, where you could get it to lock up.
Yeah, you did better slowing down just by engine braking.
Yeah, yeah. But we ran bigger disc on a race bike.
On the 600, we didn't.
No, we did. I thought what did we use? A 650L.
On the 650, we did. We ran a little bit bigger one, but
not on the 600.
No, never.
I thought we had it was a 650L shock body. There's some 650L part on that thing.
We used a 650L shock body.
Yeah, I knew there was something like that. Okay, I'm wrong. Rusty Nail says they're aligning battery configurations so that they're interchangeable. Correct. That's a problem already between Tesla and other EVs. And he says, think Beta versus VHS back in the day. Exactly. Somebody's got to make a decision, and it's good that at least they're at least talking about it. That's a start. That because you got competitive manufacturers that are they realize that's probably the future. Joseph Hahn wants to know where's Logan. Logan quit. We've determined. Joseph, sorry to let you know. And if you have to cut out of the podcast because Logan's not here, that's okay. We understand. But yeah, Logan bailed. George already answered that question in the chat room. But people want to know. They might come in late on the podcast. Dallas Theobald says he's doing a mid body on a 450X as we speak. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you. How did you get the carb out of the frame? What is your method, Dallas? Because I know a couple different ones, and not one of them is like anything that I would ever look forward to. Logan Tyler answers the question, yes. That's more words than I get out of Logan most of the time. So
was that yes he quit or yeah?
He watered himself.
Yeah, his answer was just yes. Yeah, What is Jim? What was your license plate say? One word, 2 words. That's what your license plate kind of said. Random numbers, but it kind of says 2 words.
I think it's word with a 2 in somewhere in between those letters.
Yeah, we should get Logan one that says this is
2 ORD.
Yeah, we should get Logan one that's 1 word.
Say that to millions of people online. What are you thinking? Now you're gonna have stalkers.
We'll have to
Millions.
23 at least.
42. Better than we get with you. You gonna want to sit down and see if you can make some of them go away, George? Come on, I dare you. I need to get up and go open this beer. So let's see. Dennis is alive in Alaska. Thanks, Dennis. Always good to see you out there. And the only reason that Dennis is watching the show is because there's obviously nothing else to do in Alaska right now.
He comes down here, right?
Yeah, he comes to this class like 2 times a year. Yeah. I think he's Matt's uncle or something.
On a Johnny tour, a smaller bike. But
He actually likes riding his 950. We need to do an adventure. We need to do an adventure bike one next.
But he had his small bike here last time.
Yeah, he has.
Both bikes.
Yeah, he has both
we're gonna
bikes.
Get stronger sweep riders to pick up those adventure bikes.
And Rusty says, and I want everybody that thinks about sponsoring the show to hear this. Rusty says, "You are talking me into buying another bike." Oh yeah, yep. That's sponsors away. They're all ears at this point. Let's see. Carl Flick. Can't say it.
How's it spelled?
You're doing great.
I just pronounced it like 6 different ways. Don't worry about how it's spelled, because I can't worry about how it's pronounced. Are you working on a new Kenda front DOT tire to go up against the Michelin Enduro? Why do they always think that you can answer stuff about things in the future? I would say, why not just pick up a Parker DT and it goes up against the Michelin all day long? I mean, mine do.
Well, speaking of that, I like the Parker DT. Like it works really well. And
okay, let's be honest here. So when you looked at that tire before you ran it, would you run it just by looking at it?
I was more optimistic than most people would be looking at the tire because
I've been running it for years.
I don't judge it or listen to anybody until I try it and get it.
That's really good advice. Everybody should listen to that advice. Yeah.
And I one thing about the DT that I was really impressed with was going through rocks. It stuck. It was straight. It didn't deflect. It had a nice carcass feel, and the traction was quite amazing in a mix of soil. And so, the wear seems really well, and I'm quite impressed with it.
Yeah, I was looking at it when I very first saw it. When it's paired with the rear, I wasn't too worried about. But the first time I saw the front, I'm like, I don't know. But same thing. Just like Johnny said, I had to try it before I was going to make a determination. And it is, in my world, it's the best tire on the brakes that I've ever ridden. I mean, just when you get on the brakes, the way it settles down and the control it has. But you have to, or at least I have to run it in the hard direction. In the intermediate direction, not a fan of it at all. Because I lose all the braking performance. There, fix that problem too. I would say that is. But the good thing about a lot of the Kendas is they are DOT.
Yeah, I
most of their
that.
tires are DOT, which if you have, you know what I mean when I say the man, George, when you have the man on your ass. Yeah, the man, the law. Yeah. They like to see that DOT sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. George used to be the man, and now he's getting out of all that. He's Did you quit my tours today too, or Johnny's tours? Did you quit tours? Man, we're gonna
work all that out.
There's a bunch of quitters around here. Must be something in the water. Yeah. So I don't know if Johnny's working on a new DOT tire, but even Dallas says Parker DT. He gives it the okay sign, and Carl says he loves the Parker. He loves the Parker on the back.
You guys wouldn't know anything about price points, but their price point's good too. I'll tell you the one thing when I was working at, it was Cycle World magazine, and this is quite a long time ago. Jeez, it's a long time. We're moving forward. But I'm going to tell you what I said. When Kenda said they wanted me to come out and try some of their tires and stuff like that, I was like, okay. And one of the guys who was starting to work on the development was a guy who had been, his name was Frank Stacy, and he had been at Dunlop for a long time, and he moved over and started doing some stuff with Kenda, and I'd worked with him doing some stuff at Dunlop, and then they invited me out. Hey, want to come out and try some of the Kendas and stuff. And so when I got there, I was talking to him, and I said, aren't Kenda's price point tires? And the other guy's name was Jimmy White. He was the 3-wheeler racer.
I remember Jimmy White, the 3-wheeler racer.
Yeah, he was like, I think their marketing guy or something like that. And he literally just launched back at me. He's like, they're not price point tires. They're not. Like, I was thinking like Ching Shin or something like that, because the name wasn't really popular at the time. He's like, they're performance tires. They're not. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know, because they had, and they still have it. They have the Trackmaster.
That original off-road.
It looks like the Dunlop 752. It's that straight knob, which I hated it as a Dunlop, and I don't like it as a Kenda. I don't want to say I hate it, because Kenda helps me out with the tires for our school, but it is not one of my favorites. But if you like that old Dunlop, if you like that 752, you will like this tire. It has the characteristics are very similar. But that thing, you can get them for like $27. Like it's and I have a set on a bike that's out there, and they just won't wear out. I'm like, wear out so I can take you off, because if I ever ride this bike, I don't want to ride it with them. So, anyways, yeah, but they have some pretty good tires, really good. I mean, and when when you start putting them on certain bikes, like I remember, with certain manufacturers, like, don't put these tires on that bike, and I even experienced it sometimes with Kendas, and they're like, don't put those tires on the bike, and it had to be either Dunlops or Bridgestones. They're the only ones the manufacturer would even like kind of allow it, comparisons and shootouts and stuff. And for what reasons, I don't know, because a lot of times they test and develop with a certain tire, and if you switch onto a different tire, it completely changes the way the bike works sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I always found going to, there were certain kind of characteristics that certain tires provided, and it would make a huge change to the bike, and usually for me for the better. But my choices weren't always, I would say, typical with what average everybody thought. And I always equated that back to, like, it wasn't what they felt, it was what they heard. It was what this magazine said or that magazine said, or were they
were already polluted.
Yeah, and the good thing about having an open mind for this thing, tires are pretty cheap for the amount of performance change you can make. I don't want to say gain or loss, but it's an inexpensive way to make a pretty big change to the bike. And like right away, when I have a certain feeling on a bike, the way that the bump compliance is, especially sometimes a little bit of traction issues, I just go, oh, if I switch to these tires, it's going to be fixed. And generally it's good. It works. So, what other questions do we have? Campbell, what was the best thing about racing with Jimmy and the worst? Give us the dirt. Okay. Is this where I get up and leave and you just want to have the room? I'll go. I don't care.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, good. Here we go.
General.
Let's start with the worst. Just get right to it.
Okay. The worst thing is when, Jimmy'd come into a pit and you got a crew set up, they practice, and he'd go in there and want to just take it over, and he'd want to get in there. He's so excited and help and knock wheel spacers out of the wheels, and where if he would have stood back and took a pee over on the tree, they would have had the bike ready before he got back, but instead he's trying to help and going backwards. So, hey, it happens.
Where'd I do that?
So now I got his brain spinning. So, and then
I'm sure I did it. I'm not going to deny that.
TJ told that story.
TJ told the story today.
Oh, really?
Like one time, I don't know if it was a 600 or 650. Sometimes he gets all his stories crossed up.
Oh, but I think this was a time when I wasn't racing. Was I racing, or I was just at the race helping?
I don't know.
No, you were racing.
I was racing?
You were racing.
You were yelling at FM.
No, I'm not going to deny that. I can always do it better than you.
But really, the positive point about when
more bad stuff.
More bad stuff.
The people want dirt.
I don't have bad stuff to say about Jimmy Lewis.
Well, come on. It had to. Okay. So the
Jimmy's my friend.
But remember, it had to be sketchy, like, because I didn't do it like the orthodox way, like the Bruce way, right?
Yeah.
When we were racing, it was probably a little worrisome. Like you it took a little while to build up the trust because we were always doing something a little screwy, right?
Well, for sure we're doing a little something screwy. But Bruce is the one that told me you need to go riding with Jimmy Lewis.
Oh, that's because you'd learn how to adapt. Yeah.
Learn how to fix things with wire and,
It couldn't get any worse than this.
Tune it with a monkey wrench. And
right.
So is Jimmy rigged? It's Jimmy rigged.
Jimmy rigged, yeah. Yeah, we knew how to do it.
No, the best thing about riding with Jimmy is the confidence you have and his ability to get the bike to the finish or get the bike to you, or it wasn't even a worry. It was like I was worried about my own my own dilemmas. So, I just knew that, I had big confidence. So
imagine if you're Danny Hamill and you're the fastest dude, like by far, and then you have to race with me. so you should line up and you should just win, and then and then you have to ride with this guy that could just throw it all away.
Did he ever hand you the bike, or did you just stay on?
No, he handed me the bike. I lost us some races, I'm pretty sure. Well, I have excuses for every one of them. Like, I didn't want to hit a car, so I rode off a cliff. That didn't help. And then there was other time. Well, no, the other time at least we had another teammate that was slower than both of us, so I just blamed it all on him. So, they thought we needed three.
Reasonable.
They wanted three. They wanted some reason they wanted 3 riders in the team, and I'm like, no, we should just not.
You have Danny. Why do you need anybody else?
He needs a P2, So anyhow, thanks, Rusty, for digging that grave for me. Todd Kelly says subframe up, boot pulled off the back. You agree with that for 450X carb removal?
Yes, subframe up, shock pulled out.
Shock pulled out,
and you pull the carburetor out the.
You don't do that one where you just loosen the whole thing up and kick it sideways and drop it out there, because the problem is the throttle cables.
The throttle cables, the TPS, there's just the starters in the way.
We got another suggestion here. Dallas says he cuts off the back of the frame and welds it back on when he's done. It's much quicker than the whole disassembly required to remove the carb.
Dallas is pretty good at that. He's pretty good. He's pretty creative, I'd just say.
Yeah.
It might mess with the handling of the chassis, though. So.
Right. I was thinking it might just be better to just cut the motor out, like somehow just cut the motor out of the frame, and then it's easy to get the carb out. Have you seen all those conversions they do on those cars? They put little Harbor Freight motors inside of Nissans and Toyota trucks. Maybe we could do that. Just cut the motor out and drop some of those things in there.
We need to get Johnny to pilot the Motorhome Gambler 500.
Yeah,
I got to get ready.
Hey, isn't there a Gambler 500 this weekend in Vegas or something? Did you text me that?
No.
Somebody did. Somebody warned me. Mitch did, and I said, "When are you coming over to prep the car?" It's right there. I'm ready to Gambler. And then he suggested, why don't you take like a mini bike or something? And I'm like, no, I want a big Cadillac.
Take my sketch tire.
I know. We talked about we're gonna start working on some rally stuff, but I think I should probably double up and do some testing with the motorhome. Get ready for the Worlds.
Oh, wow! The training on all fronts.
We got to raise the level at some point.
You've seen the lot over there, Erica's house, right?
Yeah.
You know what? There's her house, and then what else is on that lot?
Oh yeah, we're talking
a motorhome.
Oh yeah,
I was told it runs, and so we just got to take the dead crow off the dashboard and then pull up the thing. I'm pretty sure we should fire that up before you leave tomorrow just to make sure. And then it's Motorhome World Championships is on.
Sounds like a good video segment.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever seen a KTM orange-colored Honda?
No, I mean, Hondas actually went through some periods in the 80s.
I remember those.
They had an orange, more of an orange-red. My 1990 CR 250 was more of an orange.
I think that question was more pointed toward some ride down in Baja that you might have been on.
Oh, yeah,
Bad joke.
Those guys. I came out one morning during Beach Bash and they put orange plastic on my bike. I couldn't even touch it.
It was like repellent.
It was just like, ugh. It was like kryptonite. Whoa.
I remember because every time I'd ride, I'd have a different bike when we go riding. When you were full Honda guy, full working at Honda, factory Honda guy, and I'd always have different bikes. I'm like, hey Johnny, ride this. And nope, well, can't, don't want to do that. Okay, Chris Reel says, for EVs, having the battery and charging stations is a very good thing. Look at your workbench. Having 3 different battery chargers for your power tools is a pain. Hey, that's one thing I'm actually pretty organized on. I run all the Makita stuff. So all my batteries inside my garage are the same. Yeah, everybody else here?
No, I got different ones. I'm all screwed up.
You're all screwed up? Yeah.
I got everything from Snap-on to Harbor Freight, Fire, whatever they're called, Earthquake.
Well, they changed the brand name about every 3 years or so, like that. Thunderbolt, and then next month it's like Cranker Power.
Bauer. Always on sale.
Oh yeah, everything's on sale. Cody Joseph says, do your riding schools teach advanced enduro trials techniques, or do you focus mostly on the basics like cornering and braking and balance, etc.?
Yes, I answered him.
You answered him already?
Yes.
Yes. You're trying to take Logan's job?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, George, you want the seat?
Yes.
I think you're doing great.
Harlen, do you want to come on and explain that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got Harlen. He brought the beer. Harlen is a student from this weekend's class who also went on the tour with Johnny. I'm gonna bring your mic up here. How's your sound there, Harlen?
Good. I don't have headphones, so.
Oh,
Good?
I'm checking it out. Yeah, I think we're good.
Cool.
I got you ramped up here.
Want to borrow these?
So, no, he doesn't need them because he can hear us talking like normal people. I guess you don't have to. The only reason we wear headphones is because it looks cool.
You don't hear anything.
Well, you don't hear Bob over there making all these weird comments. So the question is, he wants to know about my riding schools. Do my riding schools teach advanced enduro and trials techniques?
I think everything that I learned at the school can work for that, but balance, that's the key. I really think everything stems off of balance in the school.
It's funny because as the question goes on, he says, or do you focus mostly on the basics like cornering, braking, and balance? I always like how balance is the last thing that people mention when it's the first and most important thing that we teach and work on. I heard TJ was dropping some tips today on the trail. Had some riding tips. Yeah, that's a word on the street.
Well, the tips that he'll have come from like a 74 CZ 400. How to ride that. So if you watch his style, it's pretty.
So he was the guy that was complaining, or offering constructive criticism about how I could operate myself better in pits. Was his today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I remember I had to drive with him sometimes. He'd pick me up someplace when I got off the bike and drive me. I always remember how I wanted to sleep and drive at the same time with when he was in the car. Hey, some guy named Jason Ingersoll is watching. You know that guy?
Oh,
Racing Jason. Yeah, Racing Jason. Jason Ingersoll taught me. He's
now with Georgia Jason.
He moved out.
Yeah.
Jason taught me how to put your bike on the trailer going to Indian Dunes because you just rebuilt it last night. Your YZ125. You just rebuilt it last night, and you're going to go race motocross today, but you have to break it in. So he started it up on the trailer while we drove to Indian Dunes.
Let it idle.
And let it idle for a while we were thing. So thanks, Jason, for that tech tip. So in case, it was on the trail. I don't know. I'm always wondering about the air flowing over, if it was going through the radiators the right way, or the bike could have overheated. I'm not really sure. I got to be nice now. My wife's watching. Shauna Spencer asks, Johnny Jimmy posted a photo of your bike next to his and no damper. How come? Oh, that was the Instagram post I made. You don't have a steering damper on your bike. And my bike, your handguard was blocking my bike, which did have a steering damper on it. But my bike had no wheels, no cylinder head on it. Missing most of the plastic was off of it. But Yeah, I made a joke and said Johnny's bike was jealous because it wasn't my bike. So why no steering damper?
Oh, that's my Super Stalker.
Okay, Super Stalker.
Super Stalker.
You're supposed to say it does. It's a Honda. It's so stable. It doesn't need one.
We run dampeners on most of our race bikes and everything, but my stock bike, that thing's set up nice and it doesn't really need one. I'm happy without it, and it works good and stable. And on the Stock X, it's really nice.
I always say that I've never met a bike that didn't like a steering damper, a properly set up steering damper. It doesn't hurt, but there's bikes that you would say don't need them. They don't have like some sort of. It's not like the 90s where bikes like literally needed
head shaking everywhere.
Yeah, they needed a steering damper.
It's like ER500.
Yeah, those are one of them that could definitely use a steering damper, but. I've never met a bike that you couldn't put a damper on and it didn't do an improvement. So, but at the same time, I have a lot of bikes that I don't have them on, and they're KTM's, and you'd probably say this as much as anybody. You would have to feel like you wanted one on a KTM.
Yeah,
You never rode a KTM ever, allegedly.
He rode my 350 today.
Oh, you think so?
Whoa,
yeah.
Whoa.
Well, why did you make him ride it? Because you fell over and he had to ride it up the hill?
He offered.
I'm making.
Oh, you're making a Honda sale.
I'm making a sale.
Yeah,
Probably did.
Really? Huh? You're going to replace that XR350. I mean, you're going to have to replace it if you can't get the damn side cover off.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you can find a sucker to sell that thing too.
Oh yeah.
So okay, so you've never ridden a KTM. That's a shame. They're really good. I like them. Have
been with Honda all my life.
Have you raced anything else?
Yeah, I had a little run around 88, 89 where I had a Suzuki RM250.
Okay.
But I still had my CR500.
Yeah.
And I had a friend that worked at a Suzuki dealer, and so he helped me out with that. But that was the only time. Other than that, I started on an XR75, and we're still going. So.
Yeah. That's a lot of. How many years of Hondas is that? What year? It's an 81.
50, so that means 41 years of Honda.
41 years of Hondas. That's good. George is feeding the fire here. He says, Harlen, what was the best takeaway from this weekend?
I'm still in awe, honestly. So I really don't know. I've got to give it about a week, and then I could reminisce and be like, that was the best part. Probably the cartwheel today, I'd say.
Oh, no.
The biggest takeaway.
Do I have to go do survey damage on that KTM 350, or did you cartwheel his bike?
It was yours. It was yours, Jimmy.
Yeah. So did you complain about, how did you get on the show? Were you complaining about this show? I wonder how people get on, and I always...
my wife, she's like, hey, are you going to ask your question about the 350? And I'm like,
right. Yeah, no, I wasn't complaining. I got it.
What year is that thing?
85.
85
dual carb.
XL
350R.
Have I told...
Were you born?
87.
Have I told you about my 84 XR200R? So it was my first, I think it was my first big bike that I managed to get my hands on. I don't remember the exact circumstances. My dad had a single, the 2-valve XR200, the older, the older one with the Pro Link. So it was like an 81, and somehow, we were 4 strokes only. We were going to ride 4 strokes because 2 strokes just blew up because he had a Montesa, so those were the, pinnacle of reliability and, great bikes. So it was like only 4 strokes. And somehow I got an 84. I think he bought it. Man, I don't even remember. I think it was him, a bike for him, but they're a little hard to start. 2 carbs, little high strung. It wasn't as torquey as the older one. So, and I'd started racing. I had a KX80 and whatever, and the SXR 200 was kind of there. And I mean, I just wanted to ride, and I couldn't ride my 2-stroke because, according to my dad, it was just going to blow up and break like every time I rode it, which wasn't the case. But so there's this, and I had my XR 100 or 80 that I kept breaking the foot pegs off and breaking shocks and bending things but there was this XR 200, and I started riding it, and it was my first big bike. And I got faster and faster on it, and then I started riding it really fast, like in a sand wash. I used to go down to this Clegus Creek and ride wide open. Jason Ingersoll knows where this is at. Wide open in Clegus Creek. And those things also ran a little hot. And I was just pinning it in the sand wash. You know, who knows? I probably like 85 pounds on this thing. Just, and it slowly started getting slower and slower, and just... and it burnt a hole in the top of the piston. Melted a hole in the top of the piston of that thing. I mean, I was pretty petrified I was going to get in serious trouble when I blew that thing up. Because like I said, it wasn't really mine. It was kind of my dad's bike or something. But, yeah, twin carbs. Yeah, jetted a little lean on that second carburetor.
So what did he say about breaking the 4-stroke other than the 2 that he thought he was going to blow up?
I don't remember. I think maybe at that point we kind of were learning that the 2-strokes didn't blow up every time you rode them. So, yeah, I mean, because we used to go to the motocross races and, like, everybody's riding them. That's all anybody rode. And they weren't blowing up on a regular basis. It wasn't like him and his fireman buddies out on their, whatever, Montesas blowing stuff up. So, good times. Okay, we got any other questions? Is that it on the questions? We burn out the questions, George? Usually I have a full staff of people fielding the questions. They print them out. I just read them off a sheet of paper, which we don't have anymore. You want to join the show? So Harlan, what else? How was?
Do you have a fourth mic up?
Yeah, I can make that work.
Scoot down, Johnny. We got to cram in here.
Okay. Oh, we're not going to fit on the screen.
Mr. Campbell. For me.
Okay, your mic's up. Does everybody remember George? Big round of applause for George and.
Watch, you go from 30 visitors to
30. Yeah,
12.
we're at 42 and we're at 36 now. So this whole show and your appearance is going to be.
Fist bump for Johnny. I got a text. Somebody said fist bump for Johnny.
Okay, you gotta slide over. Actually, I'm going to slide over even more. I'll move over here.
You just go.
Okay. I might. You just you do a good job taking over.
I lost my feed somehow.
Your feed.
Oh, there it is. Logan's watching Harlen. So Harlen just met him, but he watches the show, right?
Religiously.
And how did you find the show, or what brought you here?
I think it was Spotify.
Spotify. Oh, you found it on Spotify.
That's a pretty good tip, Jimmy.
Yep.
That's the podcast platform. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to tell people where they can find the show if they found it.
Good idea.
Yeah. I should tell them. Wait, so Matt.
Brilliant sitting here just amazes me every time.
I answer motorcycle and motorcycle product related questions. Once you go outside of that realm, then you deal with my weird social awkwardness and I need a spirit animal or something like that. Would you have me going? And
spiritual advisor and life coach.
Life coaching. I need some
We
life.
have something else in the works, but that's going to be revealed. Stay tuned because there's some big reveals coming out.
Oh yeah, there's
in the not too distant future.
Yeah, we might have let the cat out of the bag a little bit, but we're trying to be better about this.
I think it's in the bag.
No, really? Hey, well, no, I was going to say Matt. You know, Matt's been working on the off-road riding schools, the website, and the whole online program, and he makes these really good detailed sheets of things that we should do, and he's. I read it today because I had to, kind of approve some of the stuff. But he had a plan that you do something. I can't even remember the word that he used. Like you encourage activation or something like that. When you're doing your podcast.
All that stuff foreign to us. We had that conversation today when you talked about racing, changing, and everything. You weren't there, Jimmy, because you stayed home.
I had to work.
Sent your minions out.
Hey, but who won the flat track today?
Depends when you called the finish. You know what you do? You race and you try and pass Jim Bartell.
Uh huh.
And then when you can't, you go out and you wet the track down. and talk about how your Honda is, how that white motorcycle.
No, it's a Honda. I was riding a Honda and a Yamaha today.
Missing or clapped out or whatever.
The chassis junk.
Complain about the bike. Typical
Dude, the bearing. Okay, so the swing arm bearings are bad and the wheel bearings are bad, and I can feel it when I'm backing the bike into the turn. Like I don't have the feel for the ground.
That bike in the turn, you do a big radius circle.
No, it's getting backed in, bro.
I thought I was on the Honda.
I was on the Yamaha then, and I went right around the outside of you too. Doesn't matter.
No. Jim closed all the doors. He had good, consistent lap speeds.
Yeah, Jim.
Anyway, that's for another show. We should go live on that.
How did your boots fit the other day after you got off the flat track?
You know, I had sketch tire on there. That was a check.
Yeah.
Kind of a test.
You know what's funny is like, so we were riding around the flat track the other day, and I'd ride by George and I'd unbuckle his boots, unbeknownst to him, because he was so concentrated on trying to keep his bike on the track. I could just ride by and flick his boots. When he got back to the truck, he wondered why his boots were all unbuckled.
That could be true.
It was true.
It could be true.
That's true. The funny thing is, I rode by Jim. It took me like 5 or 6 laps to get a buckle out of Jim.
You had a knobby.
Well, I know, because it's a superior choice when you're on the dirt. Like most people,
I'm choosing to raise my skills. That street tire I have with a couple grooves in it is an experiment, but you have to really, roll that throttle on. You can't snap it open like you do.
you can snap that throttle open with that tire. It doesn't.
Come on, you're too scared to ride it. Anyway, we digress. There's questions in the chat room.
Hey, the minute Jim at least has enough feel on the bike. When I flipped his boot, he knew right away something was up, and he reached down and flipped it back down.
George or Mike?
What do you?
About my mic.
Somebody says they can't hear
You can't hear George?
Barely. You
Oh,
can barely
okay.
hear him.
Good.
I'll turn him up even more. How's that? Can you hear George now? I don't know. Talking to them. Don't jack with me,
I'm
man.
just going to do the sign language thing for the whole show.
Me and Marco tried that last week. It didn't work out very well.
No, it didn't work.
Yeah, the
Not
whole
much
show.
work.
The whole show didn't work out very well. As far as I'm afraid to even go try to find the audio
we
file.
digress.
Okay, go ahead.
So Harlen, you found him on Spotify.
I did.
Started kind of watching because what? Just general interest in motorcycles or what?
Yeah, of course. And then rally training, Dakar, and then I went through and watched the 97 race and all that, and it was great.
You can start right there. Rally training. Map book.
Awesome.
He's kind of been a regular, and he's put a lot of questions in and different stuff that we've answered.
No,
He
it's
signed up. So he's expecting a baby boy, I think, in
I am.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
March
Somehow wrangled it with his wife. It's like, yeah, if you want to do something, you better do it right now. There's a limited window.
Her name is pronounced Rhiannon.
Rhiannon. How did I do? I did okay.
You did okay, Jimmy.
I got like 4 of the 7 or 8 letters right.
Awesome.
And what else? Ryan's working on a career in the service, serving our country. He's Army.
Yeah, thanks
Master
for that.
Sergeant.
Staff sergeant.
Staff sergeant, and going down that path. He's got a second one coming. His wife said, go out and do this. He came to the Jimmy Lewis class. That was his last hurrah. We had a cancellation on the Johnny Campbell tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why don't you see if you can get a flight change or whatever. Come along. Again, promoting you. And he managed it. It all worked out. Just a couple of cartwheels.
Unbelievable time, though.
A couple.
Couple.
There's more than one.
No, all in one event.
Into sagebrush.
Oh, right.
Just one crash.
Okay,
but
so-
a couple cars.
so-
Jeremied in the silt.
Okay, so I always like to ask this. So can we start describing the crash? Like, so what really happened? Like, you were doing what? So just take me through the
2 ruts, 2 foot silt, I'd say. 2 foot ruts.
Right.
I don't know how deep the silt was, but I hit them going across. Basically, I took the first the first turn too tight, and I just went right across those two ruts.
So you're going in the silt, and you couldn't turn with the ruts?
No, I was fucking, I was bailing.
You're bailing.
Can't talk like that on here.
Sorry.
There's children watching.
I was going full speed.
When your child watches this in 4 years, when he's just like starting to grasp the English language,
It's 3.
Oh yeah, it's free.
3 years.
3 years. Okay. When they start talking.
No, when his first child comes.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, back to we're going down the road, and there's silt.
There's silt, and I hit it on the inside, and I went over the 2 tracks. And the second track, the outside track, my front tire dug in, went over the handlebars.
Right, and because I kind of was thinking back to the class a little bit about like when we were telling you how to attack through the silt. So you fixate on the silt, and then you get over the back, and then you pin it. Wait. No?
Just come into it too fast.
Yeah. Because every time you saw me ride through silt, where did I go?
Around?
Yeah. You know how I was able to go around it?
Stay on the highway like I did both today.
Yeah, that word. Yeah, I used the braking. Yeah, I slowed down. I slowed down enough till I was able to move around it because. Like silt's like riding through muddy water. You just don't know what's in it, how deep what ruts, stuff like that. And then if you do it wrong, you plug your filter. Hey, remember how we used to carry XR 600 filters with us?
We had to.
I carried one in the race, like the race that we won in Baja.
Yeah.
I carried a filter because we ran the Can-N.
Right.
And I had a fabric one.
Yep.
In the whole cage
because the silt got so bad and by Santa Rita or somewhere.
Yeah, because I went around all of it.
Yeah.
In the race. Yeah, that was the key to it. But I was expecting to have to change an air filter. I was like totally prepped and ready to do it because it was funny. So I was thinking because I remember the filter being all crushed into a bag, but how did I have the cage? What did I have for the cage?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Probably helmet liner or something.
No, you need a filter cage for the stock.
You might have just had the whole thing.
Did I have the whole thing?
I think you had the whole thing.
Because it was small. The whole thing was just sucked in. It was vacuumed into a bag. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, silt's bad. Go around it. Very bad. It's kind of like mud holes. If and sometimes you don't get sometimes you don't have an opportunity, and you have to go into it. But it's better when you can
take every advantage to go around. Every opportunity if you can go around.
Very early stages of the Johnny Campbell tours.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I think everybody had a pretty good time. I think it was
amazing.
Nice. Go out. This morning's ride, I really enjoyed the morning.
Yeah, it was
through
nice.
the hills and scenic and everything. And
yeah, really scenic.
Yeah, it's a pretty good experience. A lot of stories. Johnny talks about racing and different...
You mean you let him talk?
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's good that I'm not there. Because like Johnny would start telling a really awesome story, and I'd probably cut in, say,
we don't want to hear anything about Selma.
No, shh, all secret. Okay,
Johnny, who was your most fearsome competitor? One who could put an unreal section together.
Fearsome competitor.
Yeah, it's on here from Zach Humphreys.
And what was the second part?
One who, well, it says one how could put, but one
who could put an unreal section together. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean
in desert racing, I'll just say this: in desert racing, there's a lot of people that can unplug their brains and put an unreal section together, and it was unexplainable. But like, who could do that consistently?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fierce competitors, Danny Hamill. I wasn't even a competitor to that guy. He was so far ahead of everybody, and I was riding a 300-pound trail bike, against guys like him and Kraus and Honeycutt and Jimmy and
LR
and
Who's LR?
There's
Larry Rossler,
and Dad kind of stopped right when I started. Yeah, right when I started kind of that class or that
when you moved up to the big bikes.
Yeah. There's Ashcraft and Donatoni.
Your partner.
My partner.
My riding buddy.
So there was like a dozen really, really good guys. Ty Davis was freaking fierce, We had some epic battles like at Atalano and stuff like that. But so to put one guy out there is really hard, There was multiples when I was young and on and stuff, and so that's hard to answer.
Yeah, there's a long list.
That's nice. Enough of Mr. Campbell here. Let's talk more about Harlen. Harlen,
he's a badass.
This weekend, what kind of things did you check off your list you wanted to get done?
Okay, first off, ride a new bike. I'm coming from an 85, as you guys know, so, riding just anything this decade was unbelievable. I don't have words for it. Now I kind of know how to ride a motorcycle. So, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks,
so talk about that. Like, how much have bikes improved?
It's the weight. Obviously, that's there. The responsiveness, just the throttle response, and just like how snappy a new bike is. Amazing. So you guys got me sold. I might buy an L. I don't know.
L, not an X. Oh, you want the license plate?
Yeah, I got it.
License plate. Yep.
There's more to this. You got to check, if what he said earlier through the weekend. So he gets to see Jimmy. Meet Jimmy. He's been watching Tech Talk Tuesday.
That was a letdown.
Gets to go on this Johnny Campbell ride. Then
That's
all of a sudden there's this offer. Well, I think he asked, "Is that bike too much for me? What is it?" It's
the Honda CRF 450X.
So you put him on it for a spell. And
yeah.
It was just, you could just see him. He's like, really? Really? Can I ride this?
He got to ride the 11X.
Johnny Campbell's
the Super Stalker.
bike,
the Super Stalker 11X.
And you, I think, walked ahead until you could get it back.
Yeah.
Hey, Harlan, you should keep bugging him. He might get to ride a race bike.
Ooh.
Like the race bikes are good.
Do some more cartwheels.
I always told him I was a magazine guy. Like, hey, can I try that? I'll put it in a magazine.
And then, finally, which I think, was probably the biggest part, he got to meet George finally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get some stickers.
Oh, really? Where did you put the stickers? I'm kind
In his pocket.
They're in my pocket right now. But I
Right.
got to see his fifth wheel, and that thing's amazing. So
Yeah. But anyway,
Crime fighting peace officer.
was.
What about the flat track? You got the flat
Yeah, got to flat track in area 61. Is that what we are now?
Area 61.
Area
yeah.
61. Got to
Yeah.
flat track. Got to be the first. What do you call that? The inaugural. What's the word I'm looking for?
Inaugural first.
First person. that stay in the hipster.
Oh, the little
On
hipster area.
premises.
Yeah, breaking it in.
So
breaking in the single
come out
line.
here to train, and you're serious. You're taking a class or a tour, which kind of go in conjunction.
awesome wood
There are
stove.
options for lodging here now at the Area
Cody wants to
61.
know whose bikey cartwheeled. That would be mine.
Rental.
Yeah.
Rental. Yeah.
It was a rental. Those are the best performing things anyway. Rental car.
11X
rental
is still
bike.
straight.
Just send it.
So, okay. I'm getting hungry for some pizza because Bob was late with the pizza. And I'm not really sure how the whole pizza thing worked out. He was impressed that he didn't have to pay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Harlan. Yeah.
Thanks, Harlan.
Harlan brought the pizza. So
George
not.
paid me back.
Oh, he paid you back.
Yeah.
Really? Why'd you do that?
He gave me an
Covering
extra
your tracks.
$4.
Huh?
Covering your tracks.
Covering my
I don't want-
tracks.
I don't want people to know how cheap you are.
Oh, it's a given. Okay, so I think we've answered every tech talk question possible. We actually had some tech questions this time. That was good.
did.
So glad everybody could join in and watch the show. We'll get back on track. I don't know when the next one will be because I think I need to go on a 7 18-week vacation or something like that. Right, George? Is that what I'm working up to?
You know, you should take a vacation sometime.
Yeah.
Let the people behind your eyes rest.
Right.
I think there's...
Which one?
So I always tease and think of him this way because I think it's true. There's these little guys pulling levers and turning valves behind his eyes, you know, shoving stuff and pulling this and turning this and cranking more of this that are feeding all this input into it.
What tire pressure should we run on our adventure bikes?
Like 27 PSI.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Somebody
So
hacks that?
No, I just wanted to at least just break up from what you're going there and just give some solid knowledge out here because it was getting a little confusing there.
Yeah, they push both.
Johnny, you're
forward
supposed to
and
save me here.
No, you know what? The tour's cool.
I was kind of enjoying it.
Hey, take a Jimmy Lewis off-road class, changed my life as far as riding goes.
Mine too.
Made me much safer, which is why I wanted to take the road and some of those.
The best modification for your motorcycle is a better rider.
Yeah, and then the Johnny who? And I never followed racing, so I don't know who these guys are. But anyway, yeah, the Johnny Campbell tours, really cool, personal, neat events. You know, NAR was there. Basically catered lunches, right?
Narbecue.
Hey, you know he's got a sticker.
The best lodging.
He's got a sticker problem
Find
too.
and get stickers too. I mean, there you go.
Did you get Nard?
Oh yeah,
You got
I
Nard stickers? Yeah. Like he was doing the stickers before you. Did you steal that from Nar?
No, I was telling him the story. Ricky has that funny sticker with just his face in the hat, very random, nothing. And
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. Just leave him around random. And yeah. He was telling me all kinds of stories about my sticker. Now they're going on the East Coast. We're
really? Okay, I think we've.
Wait.
Oh,
your riding school. Oh, that's old.
That's old. Yeah. No. San Felipe Bob. He's already said. Let's see. He said he's fat. Used to beat Johnny Campbell. And he says George makes perfect sense. So those two comments completely disqualify almost any comment that San Felipe is Bob. Sure. Yeah, your credibility is out the window, almost like mine. So yeah, we're doing mic drops, aren't we? We're ready to go. Johnny's tired. Johnny had a long day today.
No, he didn't. Was that you on that one, the morning, just doing these weaves all the way across the road?
Yeah.
Where everybody else is
I
like,
go, Johnny's so bored, you know.
Jimmy taught
We're
me
all
that.
trying to.
Oh, he's turning the bike with your feet, steering with your feet. Or are you doing like a stink bug? How a stink bug does it.
I was just railing berms.
Railing berms. Pretending, because you got to go old Vegas to Reno race courses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some neat stuff out there. So, okay, that is it, folks. We're gonna shut this one down because it's time for dinner.
Good.
Here. Yeah, thanks, George. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Harlen, for joining in and making this a lot more interesting than I can make it. So just remember, if you guys out there in viewership land want to offer constructive criticism, just let me know and I will come to your house and do the show from there. So, and we can talk about it. So with that, everybody, we will see you out on the trail. So cheers. So that exciting episode of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday was brought to you by Recluse. Recluse is a maker of incredible auto clutches and a whole lot more in the clutch department. They make street bike clutches, they make dirt bike clutches, they have clutches for your adventure bike. Some of them are auto clutches. They make a lot of replacement parts in the manual clutch, their torque drive system. There's little parts like slave units, there's protection parts, there's a left-hand rear brake, all kinds of stuff for your clutch and transmission, even oil. So if you need to know a little bit more about Recluse, you can always check them out at www.recluse.com. That's spelled REKLUSE, proudly designed and manufactured in Idaho. Remember to support all of the sponsors that support this show, and we will see you in the next episode.